Thank you. My name is Mark Ludwig. I do want to thank the members of the committee for taking the time to hear this issue, an extremely important one. Without going into all the details, out of respect for my son and his right to love his mom, shortly after my son was born, I went 204 days without seeing my son. I went 204 days without seeing my son. At the end of that time, I was relegated to the equivalent of an every other weekend visitor. Shortly after that, I was diagnosed with a pretty large growth in my brain. We didn't know what my future was going to be like. And it dawned on me that at that point, if something were to happen to me, my son's mom would automatically get sole custody. But it also dawned on me, if the situation had been reversed, I would have automatically gotten sole custody of the very son that I was already only getting every other weekend. Why would it take the death of a parent to convert from an every other weekend visitor to having full custody of a child? If that's the case, shouldn't both parents have 50-50? As a result of my story being televised on a news station in St. Louis, my story went viral. I think it's been 30 million views or something like that. And I started doing a lot of Facebook Lives. And my reach now is around 3 to 4 million in an average month. This past year I did a tour of 38 cities in 24 states. And this isn't about me at all. This is about a fact that obviously this issue resonates. If we're attracting 3 to 4 million people every single month that are paying attention to this, and as you look behind me at all the people that are affected, this is resonating, and it's the only issue in 30 years that I've been around the political arena that crosses gender lines, crosses racial lines, crosses political lines, crosses socioeconomic lines. It affects everybody. Because we already know half of all marriages end in divorce. And for children, they have two traumas that they're dealing with. Trauma one is mom and dad aren't together. They don't know why, but they're very confused because they love both of them. Now add into that confusion, only one of them do they get to see on a regular basis. The other one is relegated as a visitor, which makes one parent in their mind the superior parent and one parent's the inferior parent. Now imagine that to a 7-year-old child or a 5-year-old child that doesn't know how to verbalize this confusion. And we wonder why, when we look at the statistics, between 70 and 94% of violent crime rates, incarceration rates, high school dropouts, behavioral problems, substance abuse problems, can all be tracked to growing up, in many cases without the father. But this is technically gender neutral. I'll fight just as hard for a mother as I will for a father. But the situation can be solved so easy by starting the case with a 50-50. In every other area of law, we start out with a due process that says people are innocent until proven guilty. And yet we walk into a courtroom and one parent is presumed to have the upper hand in most cases. Many of my followers and just about everybody in the room behind me will verify, most people I talk to say, you know what, I didn't have as much animosity for my ex until I met with my first family law attorney. And they told me that, look, in our state, you're probably not going to get 50-50. One of you is going to win, and one of you is going to lose. So unless you want to be the one that loses, you better start digging up dirt to prove why you're the better parent. And that creates this adversarial relationship, and that's why these court cases are drug out for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, a year. That's why, as we just heard, people settle. People aren't settling because they're glad that the arrangement, they're settling because they ran out of money and they don't have an attorney to keep fighting for them. Can you imagine how different it would be if those parents would walk into an attorney and the first words out of that attorney's mouth are, look, in our state, you're probably both going to get 50-50. So you might want to learn how to work together and how to co-parent for the betterment of your child. And now all that money, instead of going to the attorney's college fund, can go to their own college fund for their own kids, instead of having one parent ripped out of that child's life. And so to continue on a path, and not in any way putting down the previous speakers, but to think that we're doing okay with our children across America and in the state of Pennsylvania, that people are settling and everything is fine, is almost like Mr. Magoo driving down the street, thinking that everything's fine while everybody's running off the road behind him because he's cutting them off. That's the situation that we're in right now. So I thank you so much for taking the time to hear this case, but I beg of you, please, for the kids of Pennsylvania, give them a chance to not have one of their parents ripped out of their lives.
Give them a chance to not have one of their parents ripped out of their lives.
Thanks so much.
All right, good afternoon. We are here for the joyous occasion of swearing in a new attorney. And it's my understanding, present in the virtual courtroom, we have Whitney Magnuson, who is our candidate, and we have Milo Madola, who is her sponsor. And my understanding, Mr. Madola, is you have a motion that you'd like to place before the court.
Yes, I do. I'm a transactional attorney, so this is actually probably the first time I've been before a court since I was admitted, but a motion to, admit Whitney Magnuson as a member of the Michigan Bar.
Okay. And what can you tell me about her?
I can tell you I've known Whitney since we were freshmen in college at Kalamazoo College in 2008. Whitney's been a good friend since then. Went our different directions. Whitney was in Portland, Oregon for many years, returned to Michigan. We're very happy to have her and her growing family here. And I think she'll be an absolute credit to the Michigan Bar.
All right, wonderful. I think that's all I need to hear from you, and that's a motion I'm very happy to grant. And Ms. Magnuson, would you raise your right hand, please? Would you state your name for the record?
Whitney Ann Magnuson.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right. And if you would just repeat after me, I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
that I will maintain the respect due to courts of justice.
I will maintain the respect due to courts of justice
and judicial officers. I will not counsel or maintain any suit
I will not counsel or maintain any suit
or proceeding which shall appear to me to be unjust, nor any defense except such as I believe to be honestly debatable under the law of the land. I will employ for the purpose of maintaining the causes confided to me. Such means only as are consistent with truth and honor. And I will never seek to mislead the judge or jury by any artifice or false statement of fact or law. I will maintain the confidence and preserve inviolate the secrets of my client, and will accept no compensation in connection with my client's business except with my client's knowledge and approval.
except with my client's knowledge and approval.
I will abstain from all offensive personality
I will abstain from all offensive personality
and advance no fact prejudicial
and advance no fact prejudicial
to the honor or reputation
to the honor or reputation
of a party or witness,
of a party or witness,
unless required by the justice
unless required by the justice
of the cause with which I am charged.
of the cause with which I am charged.
I will never reject,
I will never reject,
from any consideration personal to myself,
from any consideration personal to myself,
the cause of the defenseless or oppressed,
the cause of the defenseless or oppressed,
or delay any cause
or delay any cause
for lucre or malice.
for lucre or malice.
I will in all other respects
I will, in all other respects,
conduct myself personally and professionally
conduct myself personally and professionally
in conformity with the high standards of conduct
in conformity with the high standards of conduct
imposed on members of the bar
imposed on members of the bar
as conditions for the privilege to practice law in this state.
as conditions for the privilege to practice law in this state.
Congratulations and welcome to the practice of law in the state of Michigan.
Thank you so much, Judge McNabb. And thank you, Milo. I appreciate you being here.
Congrats, of course.
Thank you.
All right, that's one of the longer oaths, and I think it might be the longest in the whole United States. But it is really helpful to review it occasionally. Obviously, I review it every time I administer it, but I also highly recommend reviewing it on the anniversary of your admission, just to remind yourself of why we do this and the important things. But
Thank you. I appreciate
congratulations
that.
and welcome. All right.
Thank you.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
Why you went just at that point. Again, if you're worried, like you said, about people or this exchange, once Michael's off to the other car, why you wouldn't just drive away?
Sir, you do realize I have another child, and when I exchange, he unbuckles. They spend time with each other because their time is limited. So I have to make sure he gets rebuckled. It's about safety.
Is your other child
I don't hang out for 5 minutes. I don't hang out for that long.
Is your other child the one telling you to back the car up and roll the window down to engage with these people?
I'm not going to answer this. No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Huey, this is your opportunity to explain the answers you just gave.
A lot of this is open-ended. A lot of it is to make sure Jordan Swears gets paid. That's his main objective. So a lot of this has been combatant. Part of wanting to get through this. I denied the last mediation because I wasn't gonna. He sent me 2 different emails trying to get me to agree to a settlement. And this is before we even did child support.
Your Honor, I'm going to object just in advance any reference to settlement negotiations being brought up in violation of the Michigan rules.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a specific, sir.
It doesn't matter. Settlement negotiations are neither party.
That was the reason why I denied the mediation was just this tactics right here. So I didn't want to be told I was breaking the law and I'm a criminal and everything else. It's the tactic that I feel like is just being pushed upon me. It's either be a criminal or be made into a criminal.
Why don't you focus on the testimony you just gave? If you have anything, because a couple times in your answer, it sounded like you wanted to explain, but it wasn't appropriate at that time. So anything you want to say about what you just testified to?
It's just I understand the court is going to see what they see fit, and yes, I have taken it upon, and I've put a lot on your shoulders, and I'm trying to do the best that I can for myself and my children. I go to counseling. I'm really just trying to do the best. I can't make an excuse for my behavior because it was inexcusable. But that doesn't mean that I should not have rights to my children. It doesn't mean that I should be subjugated to some made up funds to try to cover attorney fees.
Anything else?
No, ma'am. I think that's, I don't think we need to.
All right, Mr. Swears? Any follow-up?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Huey, I think you already indicated you did not have any other witnesses or evidence to present. You need to unmute and say yes or no.
I was pressing the unmute. Sorry, no, ma'am. I don't.
Okay. All right. Mr. Swears, closing.
Your Honor, this is fairly straightforward since we already have resolution on the court's prior order regarding custody. Really, we only have a few outstanding issues in front of the court. We would, of course, ask the court to grant the parties a judgment of divorce. We would ask the court order defendant to pay plaintiff $7,572.10 as outlined in our Exhibit A, proposed distribution of assets. And I understand this is always the hard part when we have people borrowing money from family rather than going to a bank where we have clear, unambiguous loan documents and a loan officer coming to collect. But this is not an abnormal situation. If you look at the parties' incomes, this isn't a substantial asset case. Limited assets, loans from family, very normative. And for these to be, borrowed, or the idea, I think that the parties' relationship was such that Ms. Lemon, for example, was purchasing a car substantially below market or giving it to Mr. Huey free and clear immediately before a divorce was filed, I don't believe is probably the most logical inference. We would ask the court to order attorney fees pursuant to Reimer v. Johnson and to set the matter for a post-judgment motion to be submitted with the affidavits, the detailed outline pursuant to Reimer, and if an objection is filed, to hold a hearing on that matter if necessary. Again, the issue in this case that Reimer really addresses is that when you have extended litigation, there's an appropriateness to balancing the cost of litigation between the parties. Mr. Huey makes about twice what Ms. Huey made even before she had the job reduction, and a significant part of the expenses in this case are related to the ex parte motion, which the court has already seen and dealt with, but it's in the court file. There was a lot of withholding of the child. There was a lot of, frankly, just mess back December of last year that has substantially improved as a result of those orders, but it has caused plaintiff to incur substantially more fees than we normally would in a case where you don't have ex partes just trying to calm everything down. So we would ask the court to reserve pursuant to Reimer v. Johnson, or to order and require us obviously to submit affidavit, not an itemized list of fees for objection. And then most importantly, Your Honor, is really the parenting conditions in this case. There aren't a lot of assets in this case, but there is a child. And this child, the court can review the videos for itself. I appreciate Mr. Huey's willingness to acknowledge that this is not appropriate behavior in front of a 5-year-old, but the substantial concern is if, while a person is being observed at a third-party location, the reason we use these locations is it encourages people to be on their best behavior. And I think Mr. Huey's already indicated in his testimony that he feels it's appropriate to tell a 5-year-old child that his mother is dangerous, will drown him in a bathtub, that to make these sorts of threats and this sort of belligerent behavior, and we can see the effect it's having on the minor child. We're not asking the court to make any changes to the frequency of duration of parenting time, but as outlined in our trial brief, we are asking that the court impose very strict guidelines on these parenting time exchanges, that Mr. Huey remain in his car, not engage in this sort of threatening or disparaging behavior. And obviously we would ask that the court include a very strict non-disparagement clause, because there's always a concern if this is how I talk about the child in front of the other parent when I know I'm being observed, how am I talking about the parent to the child behind closed doors? And that's obviously something that's very difficult to monitor, but we'd ask the court to impose an appropriate non-disparagement clause so that if it does become an issue in the future, the court has something to point to in an appropriate enforcement proceeding. And on that, Your Honor, we rest.
All right, thank you. Mr. Huey?
I don't believe I should have to pay the plaintiff's attorney costs. If I could afford an attorney, you think I would have gotten one, and I wouldn't have gotten treated the way I've been treated. As far as I don't talk about the plaintiff when I'm not my son, if he talks about her, he can talk about her. I don't talk about her. Once she treated my other child the way she did, she's no longer a part of my life or a part of my extracurricular. That's hearsay. That's, you can assume anybody can do anything on their own time. I mean, you could say I'm making bombs, and you don't know me, you don't know nothing about me, but to insinuate that is very detrimental to somebody's character. You keep saying about how I'm a bad parent and everything else, and the plaintiff's parents have to record me every time, and they have to make a big deal out of it, and you talk about it's the 5-year-old, and what about my 6-year-old that was mistreated by the plaintiff? But that's not talked about. It's a far cry for everything. And then that's my end statement. I don't believe I should have to pay her attorney fees. I believe the only thing that I'll agree to is I will pay the $500 for the Mercury because I took the car. That's the car I took. I agreed to pay that. I'm not trying to make stuff up. I'm not trying to whatever. I had no intention of being divorced and being where I'm at and barely getting to see my child and anything else. You make it sound like I planned this out. I didn't plan none of it. I would have had to have planned to make the plaintiff treat my child like garbage. I didn't plan none of that. None of that. So I appreciate your time, ma'am, and I thank you.
Any rebuttal, Mr.
There we go. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Van Meekeren, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah. All right, Mr. Nunzio, you were muted there for a second. That's why I started with the parties.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not muted, so.
Okay.
But I figured I'd give you a chance. All right. Normally, I kind of meet with everybody before we go on the record to find out if there's anything new, because pretty much in 85 to 95% of the cases, something happens like 2 hours before 5 o'clock on the day before the hearing. Now that everybody's gotten all their evidence and all the exhibits, as noted prior, I read your trial brief, Mr. Van Meeker, and I don't look at any of the other exhibits. I have them with me,
Yes,
okay? Because they don't come into evidence until
Yes,
such
sir.
time as they're presented. So I just wanted to I wanted to remind you of that, because nicely done. You sent in a bunch. And it looks nicely organized, too. I'll give you that.
Appreciate it. Hard
I
work.
did kind of glance at. Well, I did. There's a reason it takes 3 years to go to law school, but you
Well,
did pretty well.
There's a reason for the 7,500 retainer too. So
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, trying to put all this together, and you know it because you created it, but the attorney then has to learn it and spend hours doing so. That's the problem. All right. Well, is there anything new? Any new developments or anything? What's going on?
Referee, if I may, at this time, I
Sure.
represent Mr.
Correct.
We did file a response, but I just wanted to amend our objection to. We're withdrawing our objection. We're happy with the FOC recommendation.
Okay.
And certainly we want the court to follow that. But so that being said, if we're withdrawing our objection, I guess the moving party now is plaintiff in the matter. I suspect so.
Well, that depends, Mr. Van Meeker. I did not receive an objection from you, did I?
I don't believe so. I was in approval exhaust. I had put in
Right.
some facts disputing some of their objections, like
Some of
my
the- yeah,
home and stuff
right,
like that.
Right. Which means if their objection's withdrawn, all that goes away. It's as if the objection's withdrawn, the front of the court recommendation enters. Now, I'm trying. I kind of glanced at the recommendation. Wasn't expecting this, I guess.
Me neither.
No, like I said, it happens. I've had many people do that after they read all the evidence that the other side presents. They go, "Yeah, we're done. We will drop it."
My goal is
Sometimes
to
that's
not
okay.
fight, so I just
Well,
I would prefer
at
to
this-
co-parent.
Yeah. At this point, it looks like then we'll enter the front of the court recommendation. Now, everybody, Mr. Van Meeker, you've been seeing the child.
I have, except for when they're according to the defendant severely ill, whatnot, which because they're in a public place, that I do understand.
And if I remember, the front of the court recommendation does have automatic increases until you get up to regular parenting time, correct?
Yes, I was technically going for 50-50 split, week on, week off, but
yeah, that's a hard one to do under the law.
I understand.
The law jumping over a hoop to get to normal parenting time is kind of like stepping over a stepping stone.
Really big stepping stone.
Well, not for parenting time. For custody, which is 50-50 like you're asking for, that's like climbing one of those walls that the military uses for training.
I've climbed those, so.
yeah, well, it's not easy. But in the law, what it is the court wants to try, if you're going for the normal standard parenting time, everybody should get every other weekend. Everybody should get large chunks of the summer. Everybody should get every other holiday. Right. That's what, we only have that time to split between the parties. That also allows the child to spend most of the time with their head in one bed. And, it's like, you have a bedroom, you keep all your stuff there. Mom has a bedroom, she keeps all her stuff there. And you're having the child live out of a suitcase on 50-50. It's not that I don't do it. I have done it many, many times. But that's a hoop that's really hard to jump, and that's the reason.
With our children being homeschooled via virtual schooling and stuff like that, I kind of felt it may been beneficial towards their educational concerns. And so.
Yeah, but all right. Well, we'll make sure the front of the court recommendation enters then, and if there's anything further, or if it's not proceeding as should, either party has the right to file another motion, and we'll proceed from then. But let's get the time with the child, and as always, I try to remind people that, remember, it's the child's right to parenting time, not necessarily yours. The child has the right to know you, and then you have the constitutional right to be a parent.
Nothing's kind of loud in here.
Don't shoot him out here!
Yeah, but I'm in here. I'm taking some that I don't have. He gets all the other ones. He says I can take the DS. I can't take the DS, I get to take the other one.
You take Pokemon out of my binder?
But remember, it's called the Pokemon trading card game, not taking cards.
Okay, I can do all.
You know how to tell cards there, right?
Yeah. And plus a friend showed me how to take pictures of the cards.
So, yeah, just that circle right there.
Yeah, and I don't think I took anywhere.
Circle is a common.
Yep, and the stars mean rare.
Square is one common. Rare.
All of these are common.
Secret rares.
Yep, all of these are common. That means I can have them. I took only common blue. Only common.
You just sit over here for a little bit. Not instigate your brother, please. Make sure it doesn't do to you what it did to me. Scare the crap out of you.
Plus, I only took 3.
Yeah, sit
I
down,
didn't
take
take
some
a
deep
TX
breaths.
because you've been mean.
Not instigate, brother.
Yeah, I didn't take a TX.
I'm looking at my Pokemon.
Yeah, well,
One she took or not.
And one said
Special to me or one said not.
it's 3 common.
Can you show me the cards you took?
1, 2, 3.
Wait.
1, 2, 3. What?
The dragon and type you card is my special card!
It's just a dragon type, dude.
Yeah, well that's a special card of mine!
You have cards I don't have, so now I have some.
why don't you battle her for the match?
He's being too loud.
Well, there's been a little bit of instigating from your side.
Come on, my left earpiece is
But
on
he
me
needs to
today.
be taking some deep breaths and settling down a little bit here.
can listen to a song if you want. I'm gonna listen to them on this so I can actually hear them.
Well, we can make it so you can hear it. There's one thing I would hope you learn eventually, that is, materialistic items mean nothing, dude. Mark. Oh, trust me, I can go get it. Trust me, I can go get it. Go. I'm going to be turning the camera on my phone. You leave your bedroom once. The rest of the night? Other than the bathroom. You're going to be calling the judge. You're going to be going in front of the judge. Phone ain't happening. TV ain't happening. You're going to your room with nothing for the rest of the night. You have permanently disobeyed me. But you also don't run in my house. Plus, you really haven't shown very much respect for my stuff. Because guess what? As usual, air in my bed. Let's go.
I remember when I tripped down the staircase at the house, at your house.
At Mom and Mike's?
What? No, your house.
I've never had a house with you guys.
I keep mixing up his name, and sometimes forgetting his names.
I'm thinking.
No, I'm talking about. When I had a flashback once of you throwing Mom.
I've never thrown your mother, hon. It's the reason why I filed for the divorce, is to prevent. It didn't happen that way, hon.
Liam has had flashbacks. And I had a flashback when you hit Mom.
I've also never hit your mother. I have pushed your mother. I pushed your mother twice in our whole marriage. So it's been over 8 years. You guys were too young to remember much of anything. My earliest personal memory was actually 3.5. I had a flashback that was actually my mom and my dad's worst fight.
What happened to you? We've had flashbacks. I had a flashback of you pulling Mom by your arm and pushing her. Shoving her. What?
Yes, well, that there you were correct about, though. That would have happened. I did pull your mom by her leg and arm, but do you understand the reasonings why?
Just her arm. You only pulled her by her arm, and you shoved her, and she landed on Liam.
Well, I pulled your mom by her arm and a leg, or both legs, off of the bed. I was working third shift, and it was 2 to 3 in the afternoon. Neither of you guys had been fed breakfast or lunch. You guys have been playing quietly in your toddler beds. I was fed up. Huh? Liam, what?
We woke up with that. Me and Liam.
No, you guys had been up for hours.
We just woke up with.
You guys had been awake since probably 10:30, 11 that morning. I want you guys to know this really is inappropriate. We really need a professional counselor, therapist involved to where we all can kind of state our flash. But is there any type of change in subject, you two? Because we need to be talking about more appropriate things, honestly. And I have things in the works for all of us to be speaking with a therapist. So.
Next visit, I feel more in each sample talk on using pop for the next visit.
It's a little bit last minute, but I was kind of looking at for our last supervised visit, July 16th for one of the sorts, but we'll see. I've been looking into it. But pricing is kind of difficult after paying everything for this motion.
Liam wants to hear. I really want to spend Christmas with Mommy.
You're going to get to spend Christmas with both of us each year. Just one of us gets you on Christmas Day during odd years, and the other one gets you for Christmas Eve on even years. It's just split 50-50. It's not like
well,
you...
we don't want to spend 6 p.m. to 6... from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We don't want to stay 9 a.m. We don't want to come over on 9 a.m. on Christmas Eve until 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Christmas Eve to 6 p.m. Christmas. We want to enjoy Christmas with Grandma, Mom, Dad. Yeah, and Grandma already.
Well, and you also have... Well, then you also have a grandma and a dad and whatnot over here. You understand? Michael is not your dad. You'll understand when you're older, but... It was something that was forced... It was forced upon you. I wasn't given the chance. You were stolen from me, I guess is the best way to describe it. So...
I made that choice.
You were too young to make that choice at the time, hon.
I chose to call him Dad, and I chose to call you Jeffrey.
I won't take it personally and just understand. You'll understand when you're older. Just always know that you have family and a father on this side that loves you, and it always has. And has the evidence and proof to back everything
I
up.
will still...
You know, you have every right to do what you want to do. Call whoever you want to call. You know. I'm still gonna love you the same no matter what.
That's why I was really sick on Father's Day. I was not fake. Mom did not coach me.
Okay, well, that stuff isn't
She
really
sent
even...
you a picture of...
Yeah, but that's not even supposed to be a conversation had with either of you. That's a conversation between her and I. And the courts. The courts have it in the order that the children are not supposed to be talked to about the case.
Mom is really honest with us.
Yeah.
Mom does not hide anything from us.
I have evidence to state otherwise, but you'll see that when you're older.
Mom plays with us. She literally goes in the playground with us and plays with us.
And I also do so, but
It takes the good.
only in certain situations do I feel comfortable necessarily because of some accusations. You understand where those come to play?
Could have even pushed me on the swing. There's swing sets.
And I have plenty of times. Did you ask me once to come play with you to the playground this past visit? No, but you have asked me other times.
Yeah.
But I cannot do something until you ask me. Your mother has made that clear.
I asked you what? I asked you twice.
You did not
Mom
ask.
has never said.
I have messages that state otherwise regarding your mom. She has stated that I can't, reach for a hug. I can't touch you. I can't do nothing without your permission, without you first asking. And you've got me things.
Because I've seen the videos and you say your body can't mess us up.
Yeah,
And it's not accurate.
And to prevent further accusations, the body camera will continue to be worn, and at my property there is a camera in all common areas, outside and inside.
We do not want that body cam.
Then I guess false accusations. Then I guess false accusations and whatnot and lies need to quit.
Your neighbor's daughter said she did not like you.
Well, that's interesting, because she's always giving me things she's coloring and things from school, and always asking me when you guys are going to be back to play. That's the latest, is she's constantly asking me when I'm going to have you guys again for you guys to play.
Well, she told me that she did not like you.
Well, I tend to have a hard time believing that one, but you'll have to have her tell me that the next time you go over there and play. But this conversation today is all the proof that any one of us needs, that proves we all need to go to therapy, a counselor. All of us. Your mom, you two, and me. You're old enough to understand that.
Two things. One, Mom already sees a therapist. Separate.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Two things. One, Mom already sees a therapist. Two, Liam, you did hurt Liam and God knows it.
God knows otherwise, and family sessions is what I'm talking about. Sessions for all of us.
We want to go to church all the way through. We don't want to have to miss a bunch of it. Yeah! I'm still mad about the one time I had to leave in the middle of my young business class. Huh! He wanted the color and you took him away from him.
Hopefully he'll look at it a different way when he's older. But I will be having you guys every other weekend, just like your mom will have you guys all during the week and every other weekend. So you guys will be able to go to church with her every other weekend.
Mom has...
Is there anything else? Anything that you guys feel that needs to be brought up in court that you guys... Any wishes?
By the way,
do not want unsupervised visits.
Yeah, I was just about to say that as well.
Can I ask
We
her?
rather have supervised until visits are done, or no visits. No visits are better.
Well, sadly, we don't all get what we want. Just like there's things that I don't get what I want either. But that's what life's all about. Just doing things we like to do, and sometimes we have to do things we don't like to do. Hopefully, when you become a little older, you'll look back and go, "Well, I'm glad it happened the other way."
Jeffrey, you should respect me and Liam.
Maybe you should respect my wishes. There's two sides to a street, honey.
We're younger. Kids come first.
You're not lying about either of those. The younger part is the lack of experience of life. And yes, you're children. And you deserve an inherent God right to your mother and your father. I am your father. Your mom is your mother. I never once tried taking you guys away from her. So.
Yes, you did. That's literally what we're trying to do right now.
No, I'm fighting for every other
That's
weekend.
what you did when you had both and you're trying to get us.
I'm fighting for the best interests.
You had us placed with Angie.
And I have
You
an
had us placed
understanding
with
that
Angie, so Mom couldn't see it.
I and your mom were able to see you guys anytime we would like. We just had to make arrangements with my sister Angela. You understand, my sister and I don't have the greatest relationship either, but she was looking in the best interest of you guys. You may not understand or be able to acknowledge those best interests, but as adults,
We like Angie, we don't like you. Angie and Mom are besties.
well, that's good to know.
And me and my cousin are too.
Well, that's good to know. I have no issues with you guys being with family. I do have some issues with your Grandpa Jeff, but
And we like Grandma Patty. We like Grandma Patty more than Lily.
well, there's a difference. We're blood, she isn't. Patty is only family by marriage.
Oh well.
You understand, hon, I was in your position once. My dad, Grandpa Jeff and Grandma Lily divorced when I was 3.5. And it was also a highly contested, divorce. I had to hear everything from my father, all the bad talking about my mom and discussing court stuff around me.
I don't know.
What did you say that made Liam storm off?
I don't know, everything's been recorded.
Because he just stormed off, so...
He literally just stormed out the door. I'm pretty sure it's because of all these little visits of yours.
Until the age of 18, you are required to have visitation rights with both your mother and your father. You have 50-50 split custody. I get you guys, after everything's done, the year is, the phases are completed, I get you guys less than 120 120 or 130 days out of the 130 or 365 days.
You don't even pay child support.
Your mom asked me, or your mom told me that she doesn't need it, nor want it.
I also told the court say it's court ordered to give us that information once you please, because you are court ordered to pay it.
And it's also
court orders.
And it's also not a pay to play.
If you really cared about us, you would pay.
Okay, well, the money that you were paying didn't go to me. It went to them to spend on stuff they wanted. So you're just taking from them, not me.
I kind of figured you were just picking that up. Well, no, you get that.
I usually use the money.
Oh, I still love them.
But,
I give everything they want me.
I literally tell her what I want for Christmas and she gets it.
Okay.
Last year she got me lots of JoJo stuff and I asked her to.
I drove an hour away to get you a JoJo Siwa bed.
Yeah, she literally, me and Liam and mine and her best friend drove an hour away to get a JoJo Siwa bed for my little room.
Well, I hope that I will be able to eventually help you guys understand that there's more to love and affection than just materialistic items.
If you ever want, they know that they're loved. It's not a materialistic thing. But they also know that I'm not going to tell them they can't have something if I can afford it.
Well, okay. Kind of same goes on my side. I stated that $50.
It's a freaking bet.
Okay.
The bed was only $45.
And I have
And she
stated.
paid extra money for bedding
And fuel.
and fuel. And if you ever want me to really stay there and actually have fun, make my little room JoJo.
You are so high maintenance.
I hate JoJo.
Why are you so high maintenance?
JoJo.
You don't need everything JoJo.
Yeah.
Your room will be yours to design how you like it, Des. Just like Liam's for himself.
What does he? Well, then tell him that. You don't need to. No, don't. That's rude. That is rude. That is highly rude, and we don't do that. No, ma'am. Apologize for being rude.
Sorry.
That was very rude. No. You know how to properly get off the phone. You don't just hang up on people. That is very rude.
Can I
It's not
go?
Grandma Allen.
Well, I love you, and I
Can I go now?
will talk to you later.
shows up when the kids want nothing to do with him.
Okay, all right. So what's going on today?
Okay, long story short. January 27th, there was an incident where my ex-husband called the cops because my son had a meltdown. He assaulted my son. CPS got involved. CPS told me to petition the courts to not to do visits anymore. I was given the wrong police report number. Report was denied. He messaged me 2 days ago saying, hey, if because of the thing that happened, Liam's not allowed there. Court order states both kids. She's terrified to go over there by herself. I explained this to him. He showed up. I pulled in and I saw his truck and I was like, are you kidding me?
Okay.
Because these guys are terrified of him.
So have you had any contact with them today?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything stopping you from leaving?
They want to go to their youth. They really want to go in there.
Okay.
But they're terrified of him.
All right. So it's a public place. The sign right out there says visitors welcome, right? So we can't. Is there a court order prohibiting contact between the two of you?
I'm trying to get an order of protection because this is getting really old. He sends people by my house. He gives my information to people.
Okay.
He used to send people past our house.
Do you have your driver's license on you? Okay.
He used to send people by our house. He used to send people by our house to take pictures of me when I was outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to play outside.
I don't have it on me, but it is documented that he is the trigger for my PTSD, so I'm kind of shaking right now from anxiety. Okay. I don't want to end up back in the emergency room.
All right. Where is he at?
He's inside.
Okay. What's his truck? Where's his truck?
Over by that the garage, and then there's another one.
Okay. All right. Where does he live?
In Baldwin.
Okay.
He lives at, I can give you his exact address, actually.
It's behind that truck right.
If you go to the back of my truck there, you can see him.
All right.
Sure, he's watching. I told him to stay in the truck 'cause it's cold.
Sit in the car.
Well, I want to stay by
Okay, so you haven't had any contact with him today? Okay. All right, so you pulled in. Basically, if I'm understanding you right, his truck was right there.
His truck was right there. He was sitting in it. We locked eyes. I pulled off over that way.
Okay.
Once I pulled off and he realized I was actually here, he got out of the truck.
You guys are legally separated?
Oh, dude, we've been divorced 9 years.
Okay, and these are his children?
Yep, and they're terrified.
Okay. And is there a
attacks because of him?
Okay. Well, ma'am, I'm going to be honest. Like, I understand, guys, that you want to go into church, but like he can legally be here right now. There's nothing preventing him. This is a public place, open to the public. But you guys are also equally free to leave. Like, you don't have to go in there and have contact with them. So. Okay. Well, there's nothing that the state police can do about this right now. So.
Unless there's a PPO or some kind of order.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I let the people inside know what was going on too, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
No, you're not going to kick anyone down as assault.
Yeah.
You explain to her she can go down for that.
Yeah. All right.
Not.
I don't care about the chairs.
Hi, Gooder. This would be my Aunt Tara's home. This is where we were going to have Desiree's birthday party and her first unsupervised visit with family. Not alone, as concerns for what they state, their allegations and their fears of me. And so I figured this was in the best interest of the children. This is going to be Desiree's 11th birthday party, kind of the last party that, she gets to be a little girl and she loves unicorns, so that was the theme today. Thanks to the defendant / Marissa, this is what Desiree got to miss.
could have worked with you if you just let me know that you were doing it. I could have pushed it further on. It's just, you know, I do have her birthday party set for today.
Okay, well,
and I have a
told
bunch
you
of
last
people in a
week.
house. You never told me. You never told me on the
I promise
phone.
you, I told you last week.
I recorded that.
I told you in front of them that there wasn't a visit this week. You can ask Desiree. Well, I told you. I promise you I did. I'm sorry if you didn't hear it, but I did tell you.
At the same time, that court order there is to be abided by both of us.
So we will start it next week, Jeffrey.
No, we
You
were
are
going to
every
start
other
it this
Sunday.
week.
It is
Nope,
every other Sunday.
because he stated I am still owed a makeup
Okay,
too.
we will work on that, but it was not going to be this week because we had plans.
Well, looks to me like baptism's over, hon.
Okay. What's up, big boy?
Your sister ready for her birthday party?
What?
Your sister ready for her birthday party?
Just go get back in the truck. Hold on.
So you are going to kidnap the children. This is all being recorded. You are kidnapping the children.
And like I said, if you feel that, then notify the police. And the children will
The
tell the
police have already been notified, and they told me to notify FLC in the morning, and an emergency custody change hearing will be ordered. So
I will let my
I just
attorney know.
want to let you know. The ref, the judge, they both signed this.
Yes, and I told you before that there wasn't a visit
And if
today.
there was an issue with this order and what was stated in court, you
Yeah,
should
except the
have stated
referee
it.
used intimidation methods. The
He
day
did
before
not
court.
use
Yeah, actually,
intimidation
he did. He called my
methods.
attorney and told my attorney that if we didn't cancel it, other actions were going to be taken.
Well,
So we
then
were-
he's probably
we're
pretty worried.
coerced.
If that's possible, he's probably pretty worried.
Jeffrey. The kids are having a good day.
And
I informed you there was no visit today in advance.
No.
Yes, I did.
no, especially when I sent you the 5-day notice, there was nothing said.
Okay.
Nothing.
And typically I respond to those, right?
Oh, you responded with a demand.
If I didn't respond with a thumbs up, and I had told you a week
You just-
prior,
It's your way or the highway.
No,
You
that's
don't
how you
care
are.
about orders. No.
that's how you are.
I went the correct legal route, and I did the hundreds of hours of research that you flunked in 2012.
I didn't flunk, I dropped out because I was taking care of children.
No, you flunked. You
While
had all
you were
F's.
fucking my best friend.
No, we never fucked. Sorry, hon. Just so you know, she's kidnapping the children. I have the order right here.
Okay. I have nothing left to say to you. This conversation is over. You have a great day.
And the
Please
proof.
do not come to my church again.
Until informally trespassed by the lead of the church, I'm allowed here. It's public. And I will not be moving. It is my parenting time, so I'm standing my ground. This is just ridiculous. Oh, I am just waiting for my children. It is my custody time, my parenting time. Court ordered.
Court ordered?
I have everything.
I would take that somewhere else, not here at the church, if you would.
I am peacefully here. She is to exchange children, or it is kidnapping. So
Maybe the police station.
that's probably where I'm going to have it recommended that we do the exchange from now on. Yes.
Okay.
Hi, how you doing?
We're doing okay. Just waiting for my children.
Waiting for your children?
Would have wished I was, able to have attended my daughter's baptism. But
That wasn't today.
that's what my ex-wife is stating is the reason why she is not, the reason why she's withholding my children is because of my daughter's baptism today via text.
No,
So,
your daughter is not being baptized today.
Not today.
There was a baptism today. They will be done here eating here. They're having a snack is what they're doing. So another gentleman, Brendan?
Yeah.
Brendan got baptized. Another kid from Fair State. So they're probably having a snack right now, but no, your kids did not get baptized today at all. I wouldn't know. I'm the one that has to say the okay, and they did not. There's no okay. So
I know my daughter is very interested and she's been speaking about it with me.
Yep. And so even then, if it's your daughter, it would take both of your signature. I would not baptize your daughter about being both when the parents are divorced. You cannot do it.
I believe, so just so you know my side of things, I believe they have every inherent right to do their own research and to be baptized into whatever church they choose. I'm an omnist, so I'm more of a reincarnation and a little bit of every religion. Not one is correct, but
We just don't want to have anything go down.
oh, hon, I'm both disabled and I'm a very peaceful. All but yeah, that would never happen.
We don't want to upset the kids either.
Me neither.
So what?
But they're to the point that CPS and FOC is seeing extreme coaching and some serious issues, and the children need to understand that they have a side that they could.
No. So what can we do to help your situation? What can I do to help you out there? Like I said, I don't want to make you
First, us talking about my daughter's religion choices and her teachings. That I like that.
Okay. It was nice meeting you.
But if someone, because she has all of a sudden went back to her religion and whatnot, you may be someone who could go, hey, I understand that the public court system is in ways unjust, because it's unjust everything.
Yep.
But I have been fighting for 8 years to have a regular parenting time order with them. No abuse, no neglect allegations.
Yep.
She is on the National Child Abuse Registry. There's a lot of alcohol and drug problems in the home. She just needs maybe someone. You're the. I was going to say you're bishop or it's been a minute since I've done the more. Yeah.
So basically, they're the same thing. Your branch president, the bishop's the same thing. Just the numbers of people are different. So our church works a little different than other churches on that. So
well, the one down in Texas is a little different too.
Right. I'm pretty sure.
It was a smaller branch of Dallas.
Right.
So.
Yep. We. I don't want to say it. Yeah, I am the one that makes the decisions on what goes on and stuff like that. And if I don't find something's right, I go. And I can tell you my history. I've been a farmer my whole life. We had a dairy farm where I milked cows right till 5 years ago. I also was on a sheriff department for 10 years as a reserve deputy. I was on the fire department since I could walk.
Sounds big interest.
So now anything like that, I'm not affiliated with any of that. I'm an onion farmer. So we had some family issues with our farm. We're trying to take it over, and now
there's a lot of agricultural issues just going on just politically.
Yes. So it came. It's down to me and my family. We had some disagreements on what we should do, and so now I work in Hudsonville as an onion farmer. I raise onions, and this is all volunteer.
A little bit of a trip for you.
It is. I live down by Howard City, so it's a little less than this. But so I have a little history of some family stuff, with the sheriff department. I've been on some of this. Parents can't agree. They had to have officers there to
A mediator slash a mentor for even just on her side,
right,
would be a great deal of help, I think.
Yep, and I'm telling you what, your kids are awesome. Since they started coming here,
I love them.
Since they started coming here, since I met them, they came a long ways.
I think it's about a year.
Yep, about a year, and they're the most reverent, greatest kids you can get to come in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're always wanting to give you a hug, to give you a five.
Oh yeah,
great kids. I can't say enough more about them. I mean, they're really good kids. And we want the best interest for them too. We're not, you know what I mean? I'm not here to choose her side, your side. I'm not.
We need a neutral mutual party.
Right.
Yes,
and so I just want to, I don't want anything. I don't want the kids feeling upset, or I don't want to take.
I just needed to make a small scene.
Okay.
This is 8 years, sir.
Yep.
6 years of no contact. She refused. I got proof that I tried, and it was just, charge and allegation and lie, and it just got to a point that this second one is mostly Liam's educational, but both are educational stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this one here is the 8 years of just, oh my goodness.
It's a nightmare. I understand.
It's very unchurch-worthy stuff, too. Yep. So, I'm happy that she's going back to church, and I really do hope it helps her emotionally, mentality,
I think it has some of her. Like you said, I have seen the same kind of stuff where the kids won't leave her side. Liam is now.
Liam is very attached to her.
He's been coming to what we call young men activities. He's 12, so we have him coming. So we're involved with him in
2 or 3 visits ago.
Yep. So we've been having him come to them. Playing volleyball with the kids, getting warmer.
Getting them out of the house more.
He's coming out of his shell some. He's doing good.
Have you seen his IEP or re-evaluation reports? That was because of how high up you are. She should give that to you.
Yeah, I have not.
She has copies of all that, and she can take it right out of that. And, it give you a lot of background on Liam that you really should know, so that you can kind of see where he's coming from.
Yeah, we want to help him. I mean,
exactly. I want that.
We want to make him a good young man. To be great function in the society. What I mean? That's what I want to be self-independent. I want him to learn all the stuff that we know.
We've always known he's a little special, but
he's
very bright.
He is a bright kid. Yeah, he needs to get that self built into him. What I mean?
Self-esteem.
You're right. He needs to be able to put it in motion, and I think he would be great. He's a great young man.
Very much. So. I've had 2 years worth of supervised visitations, and it should have been a lot less, but we were having past judge ref issues, so they were replaced, and things have been progressing pretty decent since.
Yep.
And
you just had another court here a week or so?
At Desiree's birthday.
Okay.
From 9 till noon, but her side defaulted and recanted their objection. So, even the ref was taken aback. So, because he saw this and he went, plaintiff has some very interesting things that we really should probably have gone over today, but we'll go with the FOC evaluator's recommendation. For 6 months, it is every other Sunday from noon till 4. I have told her in the past that as long as she follows the court order, I have no issues not abiding 100% and pushing it so she can go to church and stuff. But when she is not abiding by it, I have to go by it. Otherwise, they won't do nothing.
Correct. You got to go by what you guys agreed on. I agree with that 100%.
And she said nothing to me about a baptism today, whether it was for Des or anyone else. If she had told me, I would have said, hey, okay.
Right.
Does 1 or 2 work for you?
Yep.
I have a house full down in Rockford of people for her birthday party today.
Gotcha.
And,
Yep.
I'm just trying to be a father, sir.
Yep. So, when are you supposed to get your kids?
It was from noon till 4 today, or 1 to 5, or 2 to 6, whatever we could agree upon.
Yep.
But there's just no agreeing.
Right. Where were you supposed to meet her at?
The Reed City McDonald's.
Reed City McDonald's?
Yep.
Okay. This is what I'd like to do. Actually, I can give you my number, and I take your number.
Or I could even have your church's number, and then we can get in
I don't have a church
there.
number. I'll give you my cell number.
That's when she was a little itty bitty. How do I save this thing? Well, I'll just call you. That works. So 616.
getting them because for some odd reason T-Mobile spam block makes me a private number.
I private comment, yeah. Should I left my phone aside? You got a piece of paper and write your number down on?
You're there. Yes, probably, maybe. Well. We'll take it out of Z.
Just a piece of it would be just fine.
Well, we can also use it right.
I can write your name and number right on there. Now, would it be all right? Because I don't want her to get loud or anything like that here. Because there's still.
No, I don't. Because it's a public place.
Could I have her go and talk to her, tell her that she needs to meet you at McDonald's in Reed City, or where would you like to meet at? Right? Where would you like to be able to meet at?
Big Rapids Burger King would probably be the most easiest for either of us, and then I can take them on from there for our visit.
That will work. I'm gonna go and talk to her right now, and I will get this set, and I'll come back out. I'm gonna come back out and talk to what we come up with.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No problem with that. Then this doesn't work. You have court order paper, correct? Okay. So, like I said, I'm on nobody's side. So then you go back and call dispatch and tell them that you have papers here, this visitation for your wife.
I have, and they just won't get involved, so I got to contact FOC in the morning.
No, contact it. I call the sheriff department and contact. I've been on these before. I had to literally go out because the parent said, I'm here to pick up my kids. He won't release them from me. He comes out and goes, here's my papers. I don't have to because this is what it says. We look at them. He's right. That's what it says. There's nothing we can do. You know what I mean? So if you got the paperwork on your side, you're setting it good. Let me go talk to her, and I will come back.
Is there a different? Is it the Reach City's non-emergency number for here then too?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah. They don't want nothing to do with this case. I just contacted them before coming here.
Okay. Let me go ahead and see what I can move over here a minute, and see what I can do for you.
Because I know Kent County would, but they'll take me and escort me to the home.
Correct.
But not up here.
Huh?
They won't get involved.
I was working for Macon, so I don't know.
And they're close to Kent too.
Yes, I don't know And so you would like to kiss at 4 o'clock, right? Is that your visitation?
Well,
or what is it? Or you get?
What time is it? It's just under an hour drive from here, but it's an hour drive where I'm going from Reed City.
Yep.
And so that 4 hours is kind of really needed. We're looking at 1:25, so I'd need something like 1:30 to 5:30 or something.
1:30 to 5:30. Okay. I will go see what I can do.
Thank you.
No problem.
beautiful area. It really is.
I guess I told the kids if they wanted to come with you, they could. If not, they could go in the church. You see what choice they made, correct?
I couldn't hear what was said.
I gave them a choice.
We have multiple government agencies that state and extreme coaching. So.
Well, I gave them an option.
Because they certainly enjoy their time with me when they're with me.
Yeah, when it's supervised. Des even told you that.
They state that's due to coaching. The children need to learn to judge someone for themselves, not upon another person's opinion.
Plenty of people can tell what kind of person you are. And as I said, you may not remember the past, but I do, and he sure as hell does.
I got pretty decent memory, but I've had to use the old recording method to make sure that I'm remembering correctly. Thanks to someone.
Yes, because I'm the bad person in this, right?
Not saying either of us were bad or good in the whole situation. Just trying to move on, Marissa.
You guys already staying here? Or?
Oh no, you're perfectly okay, sir.
I had notified you in advance. Visits are every other Sunday. You're not having them Easter today and next week.
Easter was an agreed upon thing that was upon the previous order. This order is as of April 13th.
Yes, I had to cancel my Easter plans to make you happy.
You had told me you did yours on Saturday and the kids stayed so.
Yes, because I had to move them around because you demanded
Yes,
Easter.
that's not canceling, Marissa. That was working together so that I could have an Easter with the children because I hadn't had one since 2015.
Okay, well, I had to completely reorganize my whole life upon your demands.
That's what
that's not fair.
we got to do for our children. I've had to do the same thing.
Okay, but do you realize that our children have stated to the police that they don't want anything to do with you?
Again, multiple agencies state extreme coaching.
When the cops walk in my house and my child automatically tells them that they don't like you because people are driving by my house taking pictures, there's a problem.
I don't know who would be driving by your house taking pictures other than me the ones April 19th of 2021.
Just like you don't know what happened to my truck, but I know better.
No, I certainly don't
Based
know,
on the
and
things that
I
you
talked with
posted.
Officer Cheyenne, so.
Okay, well, Cheyenne's not there anymore. And I've seen the things you posted because everything you post gets sent to me. Because you're posting it on my Facebook that I have asked you
Exactly what I have posted on there that stated that I had
My
done
attorney
something.
has it, so don't worry.
Not a problem.
All right, hold on.
The children would like to stay with me today.
Marissa, we need to we're going to shut the doors on the church. We're getting out of here. Because we all have plans of our own. We got to go do stuff for our own thing.
I can just take it to court. It's okay, sir. It's.
So, you guys got an agreement worked out? Are you guys all set where you... Are you happy if you're in? You're happy if you're in? What are we doing here? We're going to have you let the kids go? Are you willing to let the kids go?
They don't want to.
I understand what you're saying.
And I am a strong believer in respecting my children.
Until your kids are at age of making their own decisions, they have to do what the paperwork says.
We all have to abide by it.
Correct. Even though you personally don't feel it's correct, still that's the way.
My children don't feel safe.
I'm not getting into that thing. That's my personal
Wait, go talk to my children.
I'm not going to talk to children.
I have everything with me.
And I was saying you would put them through enough, and today they would like to spend time with their brothers
They get
and their dad before he goes out of town.
280 days out of the year
Yes,
after the
Michael
first
works
year.
out of town 5 days a week now, and they would like to spend time with him before he leaves too.
I'm not even going to go there with Michael. There's reasons why I don't think he's allowed here. So
He's perfectly allowed here if he's
schools or churches, I believe.
I'm not doing this.
Just saying. There's
And I have paperwork that proves he's no threat, and he never did anything to her.
well,
You put that thought in
those
someone's head.
allegations were actually from the CPS investigator.
Oh, you mean those allegations are from the people that you coerced to make a false CPS report?
I have every single message from them.
Okay.
Not once was that ever mentioned.
Okay.
They were asking me questions about the
Okay,
situation.
well, I can tell you the reason Sherilyn said anything is because she allowed me to be
There's
sexually
reasons
assaulted
why
in
she
her
was
house.
not included in the reports, and that
Let
was
me
from
remind
Courtney.
you. Let me remind you. When I lived with Sherilyn, she's the reason I had to have a DNA test on our child.
No, I have full understanding of that situation.
why you would even
I'm not even
trust her, I
going
don't
there. That's the reason why she's not included in the courts, because
Yeah, but
even
Courtney
Courtney
doesn't
stated that she lies.
And
So
get
I
this,
didn't
though.
I didn't
I don't know
take
why
anything
you-
she had to say for
Or this keeps going on. Discussion at hand here is, are you letting the kids go with that?
They don't want to.
What would
We
you
have
like-
plans.
I get it. What would you like to do? What are you gonna do?
because of them deciding to run whatever she may or may not have said to them, because they do thoroughly enjoy their time with me the past 2 years.
When it's supervised.
Everyone's got to make a step, and as the court paper, or the FOC evaluator stated in the paperwork, the children need to have an inherent right to be able to judge their father for themselves, not upon someone else's.
And she also
Thoughts or
stated that Marcia talked positively about you, which wasn't true.
What would you like to do?
I believe I have to take this to court because I don't want to make a big issue for the children. I don't want this to be a bad birthday for her.
I respect that 100%. So right now,
hurts.
you're going to go back, talk to your court, your lawyer, and do what you got to do, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you're leaving.
Are you, you're a witness of this?
I have no problem being witness to it.
That's what I'm.
I heard the conversation.
I just need that neutral party, sir.
I'm in neutral. I'm on neither side.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to go for that right now. I'm just going on. I just need to get the situation settled of what you're going to do, what she's going to do, and we'll go from there.
I'll leave and go take care of clean up this party that we were supposed to have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
you.